Suddenly, Captain came to a halt. I nearly fell into my face. Nearly, if my companion hadn't been holding me with an iron vice-like grip. Lifting my weary eyes, I glanced out the misty, snow-covered wasteland. The area looked no different to all the others I've been through. Ruins, charred remains of a city square, and lots of snow. I wonder if the mad Governor Captain had read my mind and decided to grant me a nap in the snow. It really made little difference to me at that point. But I would have appreciated it if the captain hurried up with it already, as my body was already stringed down.
Welcome to mi casa!
Captain pointed towards what looked like a tiny copper house covered in a deep layer of snow. You're kidding, right? You live in that? I observed the micro domicile.
But 'tis far bigger on the inside.
Captain confirmed my concerns. I sat in the snow, refusing to accept this new development. While I was pouting, Captain slowly reached towards a hanging bell on the side of the mini house and flicked it. I angrily turned away, contemplating my poor life choices. As the bell rang, loud door banging and what sounded like boots stamping on a staircase and also crunching on glass was heard from within. I once again stared at the tiny home in disbelief. An antiquated full headgear which probably once belonged to an aviation museum emerged out of the cardboard smokestack, rotating towards us. Large, round, green goggles appeared next.
Captain, good to see you.
The head spoke with a fluctuatingly loud male voice.
What's that?
A leather-gloved arm poked out of the window, pointing at me. Shouldn't that question start with who? I wondered. Why is he shouting anyway?
This is our new recruit.
The one who answered the captain declared.
I discovered him in the park, taking a nap on my pretty snow petunias.
Too tired to question the lack of sense or truth in that statement, I merely let out an incomprehensible murmur that quickly turned into a tired moan. Petting the green-goggled head, Captain deigned to take care of the further instructions.
Pilot, this is Mr. Snippy, our marvelous new intern in snipping. Snippy, this is our resident pilot, literally a model citizen.
Pilot's head stared long and hard at me, seeming to weigh and evaluate me with its gaze. It somehow felt extremely piercing and judgmental, even through the aviator gear.
How long will it be staying here, Captain?
The next question reverberated out the smokestack.
Well, until next Monday, and then forever after that.
Captain said in an absent tone. The head in the smokestack didn't seem pleased.
Why is this happening, Captain?
Pilot asked sourly.
Did I do something wrong? Or something nice?
Pilot sneaked a glance at me once more, grumbling grudgingly as his head descended into the smokestack, disappearing within with a look of infinite sadness.
You mustn't talk Captain's awesomeness, Pilot.
Captain sat down and looked inside a tiny window, speaking in a gentle yet a tad scolding tone.
I have decided to increase the statistical population of Captainia, and Mr. Snippy here is an important part of such multiplications and wide expansions.
I suppose. If it is indeed a veritable necessity, we shall have to make room for such an unfortunate
Pilot's sad voice echoed from within with a sigh. Then, Captain stood up, reached towards me, and then began dragging me towards the cardboard house.
Have no worries, Mr. Snippy. Soon you will be home and feel right as rain.
I had no energy left to resist, but I did have an inkling of how things were going to pan out for me.
Hello, darling.
To anyone who finds this tooth memory card and the messages left within, my name is Charles Snippy, and I am probably the last sane human being left on Earth. I know not whether you will understand this message. I know not whether you'll even be able to decode the ones and zeros on this data card. I know not whether my voice will ever reach anyone. I know not whether the microscopic drives will last long enough, and whether the plastic and metal parts will not disintegrate into dust as centuries pass, or whether the titanium shell encasing them will remain in place or be consumed by the ever-changing landscape, lost forever. And yet, I still have hope that someone will find the story of my life, or by now long past and learn something of use for it, or perhaps be slightly enthralled by the tale of my doom. If you're still human, then this will be a story about the collapse of civilization of your forefathers through greed and arrogance. If your soul is speech entirely, then it's a story about how the human race was extinguished through our disregard for the balance of the planetary ecosphere that gave us life through the long line of evolution. My entire life's story is sealed within the confines of this card, in the form of daily journal entries starting from the day the directorate dental bot cracked over my tooth, shoved the card in, and, through my tortured screams, promised only mildly painful recovery. I've been narrating my life to myself as an exercise recommended long ago by an online psychiatrist as a way to maintain sanity in highly stressful situations. Why does sanity need to be maintained, you might inquire? Well, my sanity is a force that is in balance with an equal and opposite reaction. The absolute insanity of my only friend. That friend is, of course, the Captain. Who is the Captain? Let me tell you all about Captain. Where to begin? Well, this morning, Captain discovered a pair of old binoculars and dedicated the entire morning to the fine art of oogling ladies. Finding non-expired, non-radioactive food? No. Oogling ladies for hours on end is definitely a far more important of an objective than survival.
Ah, Mercerie. Soon, my precious. Soon we will be together.
I've been searching the ruins for supplies all day, and what are you doing? As the answer to my inquiry, Captain handed me a binder. I opened it to discover the Gentleman's Rules of Oogling.
The Gentleman's Rules of Oogling. Step 1. Wear your fanciest white top and pantaloons. Step 2. Acquire binocular device. Step 3. Locate object of oogling. Step 4. Oogle. Step 5. Make appropriate gentlemanly commentary to your lady of desire. Step 6. Disregard insolent distractions.
Where Captain keeps the antique typewriter that types only in fancy squiggly capitals, I may never find out. Are you still talking to that billboard? I decided to approach the situation with light sarcasm.
Shut up!
Captain shushed me.
I can't hear what she's saying to me!
That isn't even a real human being, you know. You're talking to a drawing. She can't answer you. I mentioned in an attempt to dislodge Captain from the fine art of oogling.
Human element, you say? That is indeed a disproportional pickle requiring resolutions, such as to be procured immediately.
Upon this, the binocular device turned slowly, 180 degrees, and rested pointing straight at me. I wondered how long Captain was going to stare at me like that, and whether this was, to either of us, an improvement over the previous situation.
Yes, that'll do.
Was the last thing I heard before something like a sack of rock-hard potatoes hit me in the back of the head and all went dark.